Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. It's RAERAES. This is Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 13 review. And I got something to say about these folks. Potomac and all the other cities that they live in. What, 2 people live in Potomac and one of them is not on the show no more? What's really going on? I don't know who live in Potomac, Maryland. I don't know. They just need to call it Real Housewives of DMV or Real Housewives of Potomac adjacent because folks I know for a fact most of them don't live in Potomac. See, again, they got Real Housewives who ain't housewives. They got Potomac when folks don't live in Potomac. The lies. Shout out to Candy Burris Tucker. Child, listen. Season 7, Episode 13. Can you dig it? We got, 7 more weeks left before this mess is over? Anywho, Ashley's celebrating her 34th birthday, y'all. The big 3-4. That means she got about 6 more months before she can have a baby, before she considered old. I think she's done, y'all. Well, hey. I think she's done. I think she's a party girl, and she's good with her too, and they daddy. She ain't got to have all these other daddies coming in and whatnot. No shame to those who do. No shade to those who do. But I just don't think Ashley is that girl. She's a little bit like her mama, but not all the way like her mama. Anywho, I like saying anywho. So yeah, Karen and Ashley I'm just gonna dive right into it, huh? I even say thank you for coming. Did I say welcome? Bienvenidos. That's welcome in Spanish. I learned that when I was in school a long time ago. Welcome. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. Now, as I was saying, Karen and Ashley doing her 34th birthday in Mexico. Mexico is somewhere Ashley has loved to go. Her and her husband, Michael, frequent there often, as she said. So, it has a little sentiment to her to be there for her 34th birthday. And it's pretty cute. I would like to go to Mexico and, vacation, but it's too hot down there. I mean, hot meaning not the weather, if you know what I mean, folks. Things going on in Mexico. And I know people go and have a good time and come back safely and all that, but it's just too hot right now. And I don't want to go through all that rigmarole. No, I'm cool. Even if I do go with some folks that I know is going to protect me and not do the opposite, if you know what I mean. But nah, I don't think I want to go to Mexico no time soon. Maybe 2028. I'll give it a few years to see what's going on, child. Anywho, they do in Mexico and they all, excited and whatnot. And I'm like, that's cool. I would like to go with a bunch of friends. But like I said, I'm going to wait. Anywho, like I said, I'm going to trying to stop saying anywho. That's a little distracting. Well, Gizzhell, going on with her now. She having some issues with her female reproductive system. and she got her biopsy, and it hurt, and this, that, and the third, and she going through fibroids and yada yada. That'll explain the puffiness in her abdomen, even though she's a slim woman for the most part. All those fibroids can bulk up your midsection and make you look bigger and make you appear bigger and even feel bigger than what you really are. I hope she gets all that taken care of. She is not someone whom I would root for in any competition or anything. However, I hope she is, her health is her wealth, and I hope she is prosperous in that. Yeah, so she talking to Robin, and they talking about, things, and, and just discussing, going back and forth about female stuff. You know how we do as girls. We talk, oh yeah, this, that, and I had this, and I had that, and so did this, and so did that. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that she's giving her, that Juan's ex-wife is giving Gizzhell some comfort, as far as relating to her, because all of us women like to feel like, we're understood, and it's all good. It is all to the GOOD good. What's next on my notes? I got my notes, child. What's next on my notes? Juan and his ex-wife, child, they are getting fitted. And the boys are all getting fitted for suits for the wedding. Did it happen? Because it got 30 days after they petition or request a marriage license. So they should be married by now. I mean, this was shot a long time ago, sometime in 2022. So I'm gonna wait to see the the confirmation before I continue, before I stop calling her Juan's ex-wife. I don't like her either. For the obvious. I just don't appreciate how them two have been, running these circles these last few years. It's just not appreciated. It's hate and a mix of, colorism. It's a mixture. I'm not saying it's all colorism, but they like to hate, especially Gizzhell. And that's why I call her Gizzhell, spelled Gizzhell. Yes, ma'am. That's her name. Don't wear it out. Yes, they all getting fitted for their suits for the wedding. I would have imagined seeing her doing some, dress shopping or something, or looking through a book or through the Sears catalog, or I don't know, something. Remember that big, thick catalog, like 1,000 pages that would come to your house and you'd be looking through it, marking off what you want? I did that when I was little. We all did, me and my two sisters. We would mark it off and give it to our mom. She would say, okay, go ahead and here's your section. Mark off what you like. Yeah, that's how we live, y'all. Hey, don't hate. I ain't saying we was rich and wealthy, but our parents took very good care of us. Thank you very much. And we shown up appreciated it. And we carry that on to this day. We do as we were taught. Thank you very much. Yeah, so they all getting, fitted for their outfits and carrying on. And the kids is like, well, who's coming to the wedding? And they're just saying just them. And they're disappointed that, excuse me, Mom and Papa and them can't go. And I can't wait to see all the guilt Juan's ex-wife is going to get when me, Mom, Papa find out they not going to the wedding. But at the same time, with the brainstorming of technology, they can be there in spirit and somewhat there, just put the phone up, put it on FaceTime and all that good stuff, and they can be there. You know what I'm saying? It's all to the GOOD good as far as that's concerned. So it's not like they won't, be a part of it per se. Of course, it's not the same because you want to be there. You want to be present in the moment of everything, but they not going to be there. So that's that on that. Sorry, Carter and Cruz. Is that their name? There's a couple of Carter boys on this show that I am just unfamiliar. What's the brother's name? I don't know, child. Really don't care. This ain't about kids, and kids ain't supposed to be watching me no way. I ain't talking about kids. We're talking about adults here. Let's see. What's next on here? Oh, Mia and Gordon, child. So they opened up their shenanigan shop out there for the joint chiropractic. Is that what they call it? They smoking? What's the joint chiropractic? Anywho, they're discussing, how Gordon is gonna take over for Mia while she's away with the ladies in Mexico, and she's giving him all kind of looks like, I know you ain't saying what you saying. She talking about having the cupcakes, Gordon delivering cupcakes for something for that child's whatever. And he talking about, well, I just wait in the car in the parking lot. I can drop them off. She's like, you got to be present. Hello. And he's like, yeah, okay, I got you. I know he's playing with her. See, I can see Gordon is a jokester. And from the first season that they were on, this is her third season, I think. From the first season she was on, you can tell he's a jokester, and all of that. And she wasn't having it. She's with her Sharpie trying to get all of her ducks in a row. But girl, Sharpies and Post-it notes. Okay, whatever works. And we got the same kind of desk. That's kind of cute. The little clear and stainless steel desk. I like that. That's kind of cute. Anywho, what was I talking about? Oh, child. So then they start talking about her so-called sister Jacqueline and all of the needs Jacqueline possesses. So Jacqueline's sister is Mia's babysitter. And Jacqueline is going on the trip, and Jacqueline is trying to, get Mia to keep her kids. And I'm like, it's just a weird dynamic with them too. It's like they're not being truthful, and they're trying to play us on some storyline that they're trying to present. That's what I think that Mia is doing, because she's just a liar. And Jacqueline is the same. And child, we find out later on in the episode, child. Oh, Jacqueline. Close your legs to married men. But okay, spoiler. I'm trying to jump a little bit. How is Mia telling Jacqueline to close her legs to married men? Shouldn't she be closing her legs to all the other men? Okay, let me go back to what I was. Oh, child. So anyway, Jacqueline and Mia fighting about that and whatnot. So we jump all the way to them getting ready to board the flight and everything. I'm like, but dang, that was quick. They getting this this episode together, okay? So on the plane, they're all, gathering and getting there for the, they get into the air. Look, I'm all stuttering and stuff. They're getting to the airport, and they're all getting ready and everything. And Jacqueline has on her face mask, and everybody else is there half-ass covering their face. And so Jacqueline and Mia are fighting on the plane, and in between them is Charisse. And Charisse is saying how embarrassing it was that they fighting on the plane. They in first class, just messing everybody's vibe. Now, mind you, every time I fly, my favorite seat is 1D. I'm always in the front row. Hey, that's my preference, and that's how I like it. I usually get what I like because I don't like to be uncomfortable. I can't be squished, mushed, uncomfortable on no flight, because usually my flights are at least 3, 4, 5 hours. Now, I am not in the mood for nobody touching me. No, I just don't. And this is way before this situation we've been in since 2020, okay? But, or 20, or 2019 actually, because it came out in 2019. Hello. I am not in the mood to sit on a plane uncomfortable at any point in time. And plus, I like a cocktail. I like to relax. I like to, put my feet up a little bit and lean my chair back a little bit and just, be comfortable. And I can't do that sitting way back there on that plane. So, I like the front row. I like to be comfortable, period, with a T on the end. And yeah, they arguing, causing all kind of scenes and embarrassing us good Black folks down to the to the airplane, child. They almost got TSA violation with all that mess going on. Anywho, what else were they talking about on my notes here? Yeah, child. And guess what they talking about still? Fighting about the doggone babysitting. So I can tell how that conversation went. Jacqueline is saying, well, my kids are at your house anyway, so I don't even know why you're even complaining. And Mia's like, this is just me and my interpretation. And Mia's like, well, if you expect your kids to eat any of my food and drink any of my water and take any baths under my name on on the bill, I suggest that you call your sister and make sure that, I can just tell Mia is some micromanaging tramp who just wants power because she lacked it growing up. I'm not a therapist. I'm not anybody with any type of degree in anything psych. But, I've lived. I'm a woman of a certain age. You can call me Auntie Ray Ray if you want. I can just tell. And from the likes of how she treated Wendy a few episodes ago, power is her protection. I think that's what she thinks. Because like I said, growing up, she didn't have any, with all her, unfortunate family woes and dysfunction. But anywho, I ain't trying to read her like that. Charisse was just done with it. She was like, I'm ready to get off this plane. She actually showed Charisse like celebrating getting off the plane. I don't blame her. I would have been like, y'all heifers need to not interrupt my flight. Because flying all the way from Potomac, Maryland, wherever did they catch their flight, all the way to wherever they are in Mexico, one flight, I believe it was nonstop. They didn't say it was, but if it was, even if it wasn't, we're not doing that. We're not having all that in my ear. Y'all better text. So anywho, the ladies arrive, but before they arrive, Karen and what's her name? Karen, Ashley, they're the ones putting on, well, Karen is assisting Ashley. And it's Ashley's birthday celebration. So Kathy, Karen, Ashley, and Wendy are there already, setting up and everything and getting everything ready. And they're getting all the gift bags available, ready. And it's so cute. They gave them all personal pleasing toys. And they gave Juan's ex-wife a veil that said bride to be. That was so sweet. But Charisse didn't get a gift. I wonder what happened with that. I wonder how they get. They left Charisse off of the gift list. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be intriguing. So they all arrive, and guess who is greeting the rest of the ladies? It's Karen, Wendy, and Ashley, and they all got their maracas welcoming them into the to their abode, and it's just so cute. That's really cute, welcoming. Anywho, the ladies are strategizing how to get Karen and Charisse to reconcile, mainly Gizzhell. Because she said, she want to know what's going on. Like she was telling Juan's ex-wife earlier in the episode, when she was talking about her, female her female reproductive system. And they were just talking about how she is nosy. She want to get to the bottom of what's going on, and she going to try and work that out. So yeah, she's strategizing, right, on how to see how she can get them to, go at it or just figure it out. But most likely go at it because she know how Karen is, and Karen is not feeling Charisse at all. So yeah. So right before they right after they arrive, they immediately go and have some, a little surprise, a little food and whatnot. And then they go to a shaman, which is interesting. That's real interesting. Real interesting. Before they go to the shaman and they're having their little, cocktails and whatnot, Mia outs Jacqueline's mistress status. Child, like I said earlier, close your legs to married men, because they're, like I said, they were arguing on the plane, and they're trying to, other ladies are trying to get them to have a good time because they're in Mexico. But Mia, with a smile on her face, outs Jacqueline's mistress status. Ooh, Jacqueline was pissed off. She told Mia, we ain't related no more. Mia was like, well, get your kids out my house because they eating my food and drinking my water and taking up all my AC. I know that's right. If we ain't, listen, you should have had your kids out my house before you told me that. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I don't care if they are kids. If you telling me we are nothing, that means your kids is nothing to me also. And they need to get the hell up out of my house. Period. Anywho, yeah, so they going back and forth, and everybody's like, oh my goodness. And everybody's speculating, well, is it Gordon? She's like, I have never slept with your husband. Yeah, but you slept with other women's husbands. That's what Mia was talking about, child. She said, we are done, as Cardi B say, forever. All right. Ooh, child. So now they checking into their rooms, and they finding all the gifts I mentioned, their lovely self-pleasing toys. And what was interesting is Juan's ex-wife got her veil, and she's like, oh, this is nice. This is cute. And she's inspecting her room, and it's real nice. It's, ocean front and everything. And then she puts the veil on and was trying to take pictures, and the veil blew off in the wind. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't gonna say nothing else about that. But on her balcony, it was broken. Like, hello, I hope that's gonna be fixed. And furthermore, that's what she should have been doing immediately. Calling, or at least production, because that's a show enough hazard. What if she accidentally trip and fall and land on a balcony and up against that part? Next thing you know, ain't slow singing and flower bringing. And we don't need no more deaths in Mexico. Suspicious. Hello. Hey, I hope they got that fixed that within that day, or moved her room. Because we ain't, anything could happen. Anything innocent can happen to where it's slow singing and flower bringing. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cute. Now, what else is going on with my notes? Yeah, now they're going to dinner, getting ready to go to dinner, and it's it's going to get set off. Gizzhell got on some busted wig from before. It looked like the same wig that got wet when they, where were they? When they were in the rain and whatnot, and they had to she had to sit in the rain. Anyway, wherever they were, she had to sit in the rain, and Wendy came Miami. That's right. They were in Miami. And that's the same wig she wore in Miami. Girl, if you don't change up, listen, you can have a wig every day. It's okay. It's okay, Gizzhell. Just wear a different wig every day and you'll be okay. Believe you me, you will be okay. But that one right there, no. I think they're trying to look for the disheveled look, the messy bun type look. But it wasn't a messy bun. It was just a mess. And I would have said that to someone I like on the show. Hey, I didn't cuss her out. I just said it's a messy wig. It looked matted and just like the same one she held up for her hairstylist a few years. She ain't good with keeping up with hairstyles. I've noticed that, and she's too old for that. About this time in her life, this should not be an issue. Hair should not be an issue for women who are over 35. At 30, at least 30 years, you should have learned how to take care of your hair. Now, I understand things happen, accidents, malpractice suits, all kind of things could go on. I get it. However, you are good into past AARP requirement. At this point, you should know how to take care of your hair or any hair that's on your head. That's all I'm saying. And that's that on that. Whew. So Candiace trying IVF again. Her little outfit was cute, little clear, that clear number, but she shouldn't wear that again. What else is on my notes? So there you go. Gizzhell starts with Karen and Charisse. She's trying to drum up some mess, and Karen and Charisse start going at it because, it's the issue. Charisse questions Karen's womanhood because Karen's going to other people talking about her dislike for Charisse, and she won't tell Charisse she dislikes her. But if you're not friends, why would I go to you and tell you I don't like you, the reasons why I don't like you? At the same time, we ain't talked, like she said, we ain't communicated in years. See, Karen is waiting way too long to tell Charisse how she feels. In a way, I get Charisse, but then again, Charisse, if you know someone don't like you, why are you worried about them telling you they don't like you? That's just asinine to me, personally. I don't see it for you in that way. Like Karen said, don't come for me to get your way into this group. I know that's right. But Karen, she's already a part of the group. She's just, over there. Now she's inside. So she's always been a part of the group, I believe. She's just not been taping for a few years. But yeah, they going at it, and girl, Karen, get up, stand up, and cussing her out and telling Charisse, don't talk about my mama. And Charisse's like, I'm not talking about your mama. They both talking about their deceased parents and the lack of support each have given each other because of that. But Karen said, I did text you when your daddy passed. Charisse was expecting a phone call. I don't see how, but why would Charisse expect a phone call if they're not cool? That's all I'm saying. I guess maybe because Charisse was present for Karen's parents passing, but that was years prior. And just last year was when Charisse's dad passed. But I think by the time Charisse's dad passed, they were definitely not on good terms. And why would she do anything more than a text? A text is something people who are associates or who know someone does. Anything more than associates or more than friends. Friends or more would call, or at least, do or send something over to the house. So nah, Charisse, I think you are a little delusional to think Karen would be or do more than what she did, even though Karen did acknowledge her dad's passing. Yeah, I don't think Charisse was thinking properly in that moment. But then again, this is TV reality there is, and that's that on that. So yeah, they going off and they, pointing and carrying on. It's only a table between them, but I'm pretty sure if the table wasn't there, it would have been some fisticuffs going on. The other ladies trying to separate them and fade to black. Next thing we see is to be continued, child. Woo. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, child. They go at it next episode, and it's going to be some heat. And it's going to be some heat next episode. But I'm here for y'all. I like it. Real Housewives of Potomac, season 7, episode 13. Did you watch? Did you see? If not, after you listen to this, go ahead and watch it so you can get your whole life. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. And you have a good day. And before you leave, let's listen to my outro a little bit. Mm-hmm.